Hey everybody, so today we are cutting stairs for the off-grid cabin. And if you're not a carpenter, stairs can be really overwhelming. In fact, I'll tell you a quick story. The first house I bought with my wife, I had to redo the stairs. And I thought, it'll be a piece of cake. I'm not a carpenter. I've said that many times, I'm not a carpenter. And next thing you know, I take the stairs down and I can't get them back up. This is in the years before YouTube. I ended up having to hire a guy to come out and rebuild this stairs. It was a disaster. We literally could not get up onto the second floor. I used a ladder. She couldn't get up there for a week or so until we got a guy out there to rebuild the stairs. It was a nightmare. But there's an easy way to rebuild or build stairs without being some massive great carpenter or knowing the Pythagorean theorem and all that stuff. And I'm going to show you that today. So stick around. It's going to be very quick, very simple, and it's going to take all the mystery out of building stairs. So first things first, there are two parts to stairs. There's the tread, which is the surface that your foot lands on when you're going up the stairs, and the rise, which is the wall that you could kick with your toe as you're going up the stairs. That's the only two parts of the staircase. What we need to do is we need to figure out how much rise and how big our treads are going to be. That's it. You want your stairs between 7 and 8 inches, the rise. Very simple so far, right? The tread, my tread on my stairs is 9 1/4 because I'm using 1x10s, and 1x10s are 9 1/4. Your tread might be 11, and that's entirely up to you. What we're most concerned with is the rise. Okay, so before we can cut our stair stringers, we have to do a couple of very easy calculations. And we're going to pretend that this is my second floor and the concrete down there is my first floor. So we're just going to take a tape measure and we're going to go straight down, and it's going to stop at 41.5 inches, but I have to account for whether in your case it might be hardwood floors or carpet or whatever. You have to account for that. So in my case, I'm going to be up to 43 inches. So my number here is 43 inches where I want the stairs to start and stop. Okay, since I don't have a calculator out here that I can actually show you, I'm going to do the math the hard way. So we're going to say 6 divided by, this is our 43-inch measurement, and I'm going to hope that 6 stairs will get me between a number up here that equals 7 and somewhere between 7 and 8. And I already know that this number equals 7.16. Any number between 7 and 8 is okay. Obviously, if you found something about 7.5, that is going to be a little bit easier for you to cut. But that's it. So what this is telling me is that my risers need to be 7.16 inches tall, and I'm going to need 6 of them to get to 43. Okay, now with that information, we're going to make a jig. So the first thing is that we're going to, you're going to make sure that the edge that you're working with is square. That's one of the most important things, right? So the factory cut from the store that you purchased it from, or make sure that that cut is square, okay? And then we're going to measure up 7.16 inches, just like that. And then we're going to measure the size of tread we want. So in my case, it's going to be a 9-inch tread. All we do is we connect the dots. And then you cut this portion off. So the next step is, now we've got our piece of jig wood, we'll call it, okay? And so this is my rise, and this is my tread, and then I just screwed them to a scrap piece of wood. We just lay our jig onto our stringer, and we start marking it. Once we mark that, we slide it down, match our lines up again, and mark it again. And we keep going like that until we reach the maximum amount of rises that we need. So here we are at our last rise. So what I like to do is I'll make this mark, then I'll make this mark. We're not going to actually even need that, but it keeps me on my right line here. And then I'm going to flip the jig to right here to match up, and I'm going to make a mark here. I'm going to get rid of that. Now, because our treads are 1.5 inches, we're going to go 1.5 inches back, just like that, and there's my 1.5 inches. I like to just scribble those out. So this is our bottom tread. This will actually be the first step that we go up. So again, so that if you don't understand, these are 7.16 in my case. I knock off 1.5 inches because that is going to be the tread here, and so everything will be exactly the same. We got everything marked out. Now all we have to do is cut it. The last step is just finishing them off with a handsaw, which is very simple, only takes a minute. That way you got nice clean cuts. You could run it all the way with the circular saw, but take some pride, right? I mean, you run it all the way like that, then you have the two little X's where they crossed and it looks like ass. So do it, take a little pride in your work. Once you get it cut, test fit it. I just threw it up there to make sure that I'm pretty good, and I am. So now I will pull that back down, and I will use that as my template. I'm going to cut 2 more. Once you get the stringers cut, you just put them in place. And it's actually kind of easy, because once you know, when you set the bottom down and the top, they'll kind of sit there by themselves as you get them screwed in and that sort of thing. And there is the finished product. Stairs are up, so we are good to go. That is it as far as cutting stair stringers. It's not that difficult to do. You can actually buy the treads. This is off-grid cabin, right? I just cut those. Those are 1x10s. I just cut them at 43 inches and we're good to go. Stairs are in. It's awesome. So if I can do that, so can you. I'm gonna pack up and get out of here. It's getting late. Sun's going down, as you can see. I got a long drive home. As always, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and the moral support. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you next time.